The sun was just breaking over the South China Sea when the Philippine Coast Guard's BRP Teresa Magbanua spotted shadows on the horizon. The silence was thick. Crew members peered through binoculars. As they got closer to Sabina Shoal, they saw the unmistakable gray hulls of Chinese vessels idling like sentinels. Radios crackled to life. "Unidentified vessels in Philippine waters, identify yourselves," the officer barked. The Chinese ships replied not with words, but with a menacing maneuver, cutting in front of the Filipino ship's path. Everyone aboard felt the tension. The Coast Guard had one mission: assert presence, stand their ground, and protect the country's claim. But as the hours dragged on, the Philippine vessel was outnumbered and loomed over by much larger ships. The Chinese presence was overwhelming. The standoff was a stark reminder. The seas were becoming a chessboard, with each move more dangerous than the last. For the crew, it was a test of nerves. Would they be forced to retreat again? Or could they stay and show the world that these waters are not empty? As the day wore on, only one thing was clear. Patrolling Sabina Shoal was not just about ships. It was about resolve, resources, and the future of the Philippine Coast Guard. Every week, the Philippine Coast Guard faces the same challenges. There are simply not enough ships to cover the vast West Philippine Sea. The few vessels available cannot stay at sea for long periods. Most have to return to port after just a few days. For every patrol launched, the Chinese Coast Guard is ready with bigger ships and more frequent rotations. This imbalance makes life hard for Filipino sailors. They are asked to patrol contested waters, but their ships lack the endurance and supplies to stay out for weeks. Crew members often feel tired and worried. Sometimes they have to withdraw, not because of lack of courage, but because they lack fuel, food, or mechanical support. Every time they leave, another gray zone opens up for Chinese ships to fill. With each standoff, the risks grow. The Coast Guard is not just defending territory. They are up against an opponent with more resources and better technology. Each withdrawal is a blow, not just to morale, but to national pride. The question lingers: how can the Philippines keep a watchful eye on its own seas with so few ships? Japan has faced similar pressure in its own waters. For years, Chinese ships and fishing boats entered Japan's exclusive economic zone near the Senkaku Islands. At first, Japan tried to respond with its older patrol vessels, but these ships too struggled to stay at sea for long stretches. The Japan Coast Guard needed a new answer. That answer was the Miyako-Class. These modern patrol ships were designed from the keel up for long-endurance missions. Their hulls are bigger, their engines more efficient, and their living quarters more comfortable for crew. Most important, they can patrol distant islands and reefs for weeks without returning to base. With the Miyako-Class, Japan signaled a new era in maritime defense, one built on constant presence, not just quick responses. The results were immediate. With these new ships, Japan could match Chinese patrols day for day. The coast was never left unwatched. The Miyako-Class became a symbol of Japan's commitment to defending its maritime rights, one steady patrol at a time. Let's compare. The Miyako-Class patrol ships are about 96 meters long and built for rough seas. They can stay out for more than 2 weeks, carrying enough fuel, food, and water. Their advanced engines and automation mean fewer crew are needed for long missions. In contrast, most Philippine Coast Guard cutters are smaller and were designed for shorter trips closer to shore. Filipino cutters, many of them old hand-me-downs from other countries, carry less fuel and supplies. Their crews often struggle with cramped quarters and aging equipment. The ships must return to port frequently for resupply and maintenance. This means long gaps when the sea is unwatched. The Miyako-Class also brings better sensors and communication tools. Their hulls are shaped for stability, making them safer in bad weather. The difference is not just in size, but in capability and endurance. If the Philippines had similar ships, it could keep a constant watch over distant reefs and shoals. Endurance is the Miyako-Class's secret weapon. These ships can stay on patrol for weeks without returning home. This means crews do not have to rush back for resupply or repairs. The ship's advanced automation lightens the workload. Many tasks that once needed a big crew are now handled by machines. This keeps the crew fresh and reduces fatigue on long missions. Living aboard is easier too. The Miyako-Class has better sleeping areas, kitchens, and medical rooms. Good living conditions matter. They keep morale high even when the sea is rough and the days are long. The ship's design also allows for quick responses to emergencies, such as rescuing fishermen or deterring illegal activities. Finally, the Miyako-Class's technology gives the crew a clear view of their surroundings. Radar, cameras, and secure radios help them track suspicious vessels and call for help when needed. For the Philippines, adopting ships with these features would be a game changer and could give the Coast Guard the edge in future standoffs. The Philippines and Japan have a strong partnership in maritime defense. Japan has donated and built patrol vessels for the Philippines. Japanese experts train Filipino crews in navigation, engineering, and maritime law. Workshops are set up to transfer skills and knowledge, not just hardware. This cooperation is more important than ever. The two countries share common interests: safe seas, open shipping lanes, and the rule of law. Japan's experience in responding to Chinese maritime pressure is valuable. By teaming up, the Philippines can learn how to design, build, and maintain better ships. Training is just as important as new ships. Every new Miyako-inspired vessel needs a well-prepared crew. Joint drills and exercises help build confidence. The partnership between Japan and the Philippines is a foundation for a stronger, more resilient Coast Guard. The need for new patrol ships is urgent. Each year, Chinese vessels become bolder. The West Philippine Sea grows more crowded and contested. The Coast Guard must keep up. Old ships cannot do the job alone. Modern, long-endurance vessels would allow the Philippines to patrol farther and stay longer, and to meet every challenge head-on. Without these ships, the country risks losing ground. Fishermen will feel less safe. Illegal activities, like poaching and sand mining, will go unchecked. The Coast Guard's ability to respond to emergencies will suffer. The stakes are high, not just for law enforcement, but for national security and food security. Modern patrol ships are not just a wish, they are a necessity. They are the difference between watching from afar and standing watch over every reef and shoal. The time to act is now. While the Miyako-Class offers an excellent model, the Philippines should not simply copy Japan's design. Local waters are different. Filipino sailors face unique challenges: typhoons, shallow reefs, and long coastlines. The right solution is to adapt, not just adopt. This means involving Filipino shipbuilders, engineers, and Coast Guard officers in the design process. Input from those who sail the ships matters. They know which features work best for local conditions. Maybe the hull needs a different shape for shallow waters. Maybe the engines should be tuned for tropical climates. By blending the proven success of the Miyako-Class with Filipino innovations, the country can build ships truly suited for home seas. Local adaptation brings other benefits. It creates jobs, boosts the economy, and builds pride in Filipino-made solutions. The goal is not just a bigger fleet, but a smarter, stronger one, tailored for the unique challenges of the West Philippine Sea. In the end, defending the seas is about more than firepower. It is about presence. A constant, visible Coast Guard patrol tells the world, these waters are watched and cared for. The Miyako-Class shows how persistent presence can be a shield against intimidation. For the Philippines, adopting and adapting this model is a step toward real maritime security. Partnership with Japan opens new doors. Together, the two countries can share knowledge, build better ships, and train the next generation of maritime defenders. But the Philippines must act soon. The seas will not wait. The next standoff could come tomorrow or the day after. With determination, innovation, and the right support, the Philippine Coast Guard can do more than just react. It can lead. In this new era, presence, not just power, is the key to defending our country's maritime rights and securing a brighter future for all Filipinos.